World champion Atlanta Braves baseball is brought to you by Truist. It's a beautiful Friday night in Atlanta where all roads lead to Truist Park. It's a 19-game sprint to the finish, and we start tonight with Game 1 against the Phillies. The Braves only one game behind the Mets with 19 to play. Man, oh man, it's going to be a great final 3 weeks. And oh, by the way, we welcome Ozzie Albies back after an 81-game absence tonight. Hi again, everybody. Chip Carey, Jeff Francoeur. Man, it is great to be back home here in Atlanta, where, as I said, Jeff, the East will be determined by how the Braves play over these last 19 games. It's there for the taking, and that taking, we hope, starts tonight.
Yeah, and I'm going to reiterate, it is nice to be home.
Yes.
And here at Truist Park. After a long road trip, look, it was tough. You got to grind it out. Now you come home, and you get the division the rest of the way. As Dansby Swanson told us, even you got to go on the road, you're familiar with it. It's in the division. It's on the East Coast. So you can see what the Braves have done. The Nationals, Marlins have absolutely done great work again. So you take care of that, and then you got the Phillies and Mets. You're right where you want to be. The good news for them is you get home from a long road trip. You got Ozzie Albies coming back tonight, a guy that's been out 81 games. And it's not even the production that you miss. It's the energy that he brings to this team every night. And I said it when those guys walked in the locker room today, seeing Ozzie's face, knowing he's ready to go, man, what a great feeling for a player.
You get Ozzie Albies back. You've got Max Fried on the mound. What a way to start the Friday night
showdown.
And that's presented by Kaiser Permanente, a packed house here in Atlanta. Beautiful night for baseball. The Braves begin their final 19-game run with Game 1 against the Phillies next.
We're obviously going to have a target on our back, and I feel like we're used to that.
Riley corks one deep left center field. That ball is way out of here.
And every single night we go out there, we know it's going to be a grind, and there are going to be teams that are coming after us, and we're going to be going after them.
Struck him out. There's Max Fried at his best.
Obviously, those games are more important because it's about winning your division.
Up the middle, double play ball. Step on the bag. Throw to first. He got him. That's what good teams do.
We just got to go out there and play. If you take care of the ball and play the game right, we can keep winning.
This time of year, doesn't even matter who you're playing. You're trying to win every game. I mean, I think every game's important. Every game's big.
So Ozzie Albies back in the lineup for the Braves. He missed 81 games with a broken foot. How satisfying it is to have him back in the starting lineup for the Braves tonight as we face off with Rob Thompson and his Philadelphia Phillies, who have an 80-63 record. They come to town winners of 5 of their last 6 games. The last time we saw the Phillies, Bryce Harper was on the injured list. He's back. He's swinging a hot bat. You always have to worry about him. And Max Fried is the man on the mound. Jeff seeking win number 14 tonight.
Yeah, and you see that 16 home starts, 7-4 with a 2.42. Took the loss up in Seattle last Saturday, 3-1. Didn't throw that bad, but gave up 2 long balls. First pitch home runs to Haggerty and Suarez.
Eugenio?
Yep.
So Kyle Schwarber leads off for Philadelphia, and we are underway. Ryan Addington says ball 1 as 38 homer man Kyle Schwarber leads off on a 78-degree night. .30 of Schwarber's 38 home runs have come out of the leadoff spot. He's driven in 80 runs on the season. 3 of his homers have come against the Braves this year. He only has 4 hits against Atlanta pitching head-to-head. So when he makes contact, Jeff, it's with damage. 2 balls and a strike.
Yeah, you said it. We're out there to do one thing, hit home runs in that park, and he's done it this year.
The Braves are 6-6 against Philadelphia this year. The Braves went 10-9 against them last season. And we've got 7 games left head-to-head with the Phillies. And Max just missed ball 3 for Kyle Schwarber. Line drive to Michael Harris in center, and a nice comeback for Fried. Good way to start game 1. Jeff, what are your forward keys for Max and the Braves tonight?
Well, the final 19 games, you said it's a stretch run, and no better guy to have on the mound to start this time off than Max Fried. Early damage. Facing Ranger Suarez, if you can try to get a couple runs early with Max Fried on the mound, really take control. And of course, Ozzie Albies, welcome back. 3 months. It is good to see him in the lineup. Good to see him, just his face here at the park.
1 up, 1 down for Alec Bohm. Bohm playing first base for Philadelphia tonight, not third. That's because Rhys Hoskins has a bad hand. He was hit by a pitch a couple of days ago. We may not see him at all this series. So Bohm gets the start at first, and he has torched the Braves. 17 hits in 12 games against Atlanta. Got to get him under control.
Remember, he made those 3 errors that 1 inning in a game earlier this year up in Philly. Was struggling. Said some things, got booed, and it was like since then, he's become a different player. A lot more consistent.
11 homers, 66 RBIs. And this one a can of corn for Ronald in right. Fried's fallen behind the first 2 hitters, but gets 2 soft flyouts. 4 outs, number 1 and 2. And here is Bryce Harper. He's always welcomed warmly in Atlanta.
Yeah, let him know. Welcome back.
Well, what do they say? You don't boo nobodies.
Yep.
And Bryce Harper, coming back from a broken thumb. He was hit by a pitch against the Padres earlier this season. And Harper, 17 homers, 56 driven in. Two up, 2 down for Max Fried.
I think Harper's got the Fanatic shoes on tonight. Where's those green Philly Fanatic shoes?
Hard to miss those, huh?
Yeah. It's like the Seahawks uniform.
Those are really hard to miss.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
1 ball, 1 strike for Harper. Hit his 100th homer as a member of the Phillies on Wednesday. 4th fastest in Philadelphia history to accomplish that mark. He's the designated hitter. He's got a torn ligament in his elbow, limiting him to only offense. And this one dribbled to the right side. Olson's got it. He'll feed Max, and he wins the race. And Fried, 1-2-3, top of the first. Ranger Suarez on the mound for the Phillies. The Braves greet him next. The Braves order rolling here in the final 19 games. Ronald Acuna Jr. leads off the Braves Toyota starting lineup. Dansby Swanson second, Riley and Olson third and fourth. Ozzie Albies in his first start since June will hit 8th at second base. And Jeff, we run into a real tough hombre. Quite a find for the Phillies. Ranger Suarez has moved into rotation, and he's been terrific.
Man, you ain't lying. Dating back to July 16th, his first start off the aisle, he's only allowed 2 home runs in 55 1/3 innings. As you said, been a real nice find. But the Braves, of course, hit lefties, and you see those numbers, over a 5 ERA in 3 starts against Atlanta.
You're right about the Braves. 32-15 this season against left-handed starters. And the Braves, who begin play tonight 1 game behind the Mets, look to get things going here with Ronald Acuna Jr., who's not only leading off again, but playing right field again for the Braves. That's
a good sign.
A real good sign.
Man, you think about the Braves, they have faced some lefties lately. We got 2 in Oakland, 2 in Seattle.
And then Rodon the last game.
Rodon, and then now here.
Well, we'll see how it works out tonight versus Ranger Suarez, who is 0-2 in 3 games pitched against the Braves this season. And that's a little low, and Suarez is underway for Ronald Acuna Jr. Ronald at 268, 11 home runs, 39 driven in.
Suarez has got that good fastball. He's going to run it in on righties to keep him honest and then get the sink away. But not scared to throw that fastball.
Off his knuckles and off the net. 2 balls and a strike. I think it's safe to say about Suarez, he's not a strikeout pitcher. He can strike you out, but he's averaging less than 1 punch out per inning.
He's trying to get, I mean, with that sinker, he's trying to get action on the ground quick. It enables him to go deep in the games. He had a good stretch here where he was doing that. In 2 of his last 3 starts now, he's only gone 3 2/3 in 4 innings. So you wonder too for him if he's getting a little tired.
Sure hope so. 2 balls and a strike. High fly ball curling into the stands. Foul will go to 2-2. And you mentioned this is a guy that doesn't give up a lot of home runs, facing a lineup that hits a lot of home runs. We'll see what gives on a beautiful warm night in Atlanta. Gentle breeze blowing toward the chop house here in the bottom of the first. That was close. Full count. They shade Ronald toward right in the outfield as Ranger turns it loose, and it's on the ground to short. Stott is there, and a perfect throw for out number 1. So the first ground ball out for Ranger Suarez. Dansby Swanson is the hitter. Dansby 1 RBI away from tying his franchise record as a shortstop. He had 88 runs batted in last year.
Talked about it too, between the defense, 2 out RBIs that Dansby has done. Almost half of his RBIs come with 2 outs. Outstanding season.
This part of the lineup, Jeff, I think Swanson, Riley, Olson really relished the off day yesterday.
Yeah, and I mean they have been going hard every single day, even with an off day in between. More for me though, just getting home. I told you, I said in the open, Dansby talked to us on the plane the other night and said, even though we got to go to Philly and New York, and even Philly, Washington, Miami.
Fly ball center, but right at Matt Vierling. He's in a step or 10, and that's the second out.
He said, we're home. We're on the East Coast. And I think that makes a huge difference. This was a long trip. We talked about it. And I think to sleep in your own bed, get a day off, get kind of your clock back, you know, I think it's going to do wonders for these guys.
I asked Dansby directly. I said, you guys have used a lot of fuel to get to this point to be within a game of the Mets. Do you and Austin and Matt have enough left in the tank? And he said, absolutely.
Yeah. I mean, you would think so with what they've been able to do, but I think it's impressive still with Dansby is how good his defense has still been. His last error here at home all the way back on June 22nd.
So Dansby was one of the hitting heroes for the Braves on the road trip. Let's see if Riley can heat up here at home. Austin has chewed up left-handed pitching this year. 11 of his 36 homers have come against southpaws, and he's hitting at a .349 rate. He's got a 2-0 count with 2 outs. And with Matt Olson waiting on deck, Riley might not see a good pitch in this sequence in the first.
I tell you, better be careful 3-0 not to lay something in there. If you remember, he went home run against Gonzalez on a 3-0 pitch in Seattle.
That's outside. They go lefty-lefty with Matt Olson. So Ranger Suarez has issued his 51st walk. And now Matt Olson hits with a man aboard. And again, the numbers are what they are. Matt needs a hit.
Yeah, more than anything, Chip, I think the timing for him. You know, yeah, he needs a hit. You end up hitting a bullet. You know, you should feel good about where things are going, especially at this point in the season. Look, your numbers are what they are. But for him, we talked about it looked like his bat was dragging underneath a little bit.
So Olsen, who's in a 4 for 53 slide, he is one of 2 left-hand hitters in the lineup. The Braves have Albies and Grossman, who switch hit to face Ranger Suarez. Maybe this is the guy, Jeff, that'll get Matt going with 2 outs.
He's got 34 RBIs versus left-handed pitching, so 3rd in all of baseball. And it's one of those things you sometimes contemplate, and we talk about it up here. Does he need an off day? You know, could you give him an off day in San Fran? You could, but then sometimes, I told you the old adage, I'd rather have Matt at 65% than whoever else you have. And that's just not the way they've done it. I mean, they rode those guys last year. Look, it worked. They won a World Series. This year they've won, what, 88 games up to this point. So, proven to work.
Olsen with 69 extra base hits on the year. 1 here with 2 strikes and 2 outs could give Atlanta a 1st inning lead. He's got an inviting target on the left side of the infield. The pitch is cut on, and was that a balk? Yeah, they called a balk on Ranger Suarez. So Olsen swung through it. That would have been strike 3. Instead of it's a balk, and Riley at second base, and the inning continues.
Well, maybe this is the break Matt needs. Instead of strike 3. Said, you hear him? You got to come set. See how he kind of kept moving?
That was John Tumpain, the first base umpire, that called it. Now a hit gets you a run, perhaps. 1-2 pitch. And a good block by Real Muto. 2-2 your count.
Well, you just saw what he struck you out on. Fastball away, kind of riding up. You got to believe after that slider, he's coming right back there. So for Matt, they're giving you that kind of whole left side, like you said. Shoot one through the hole.
They change up their defense with 2 strikes and a runner at second. Yairo Munoz at the normal spot at 3rd. He moves off the line now. And Olsen cracks that foul. 2-2. Packed house in Atlanta for game 1 of a big weekend set with the Phillies. Counting tonight, 9 regular season home games remain. And the Braves have been great here at home. 47-25 at Truist Park. So now instead of strike 3, Suarez has had to throw a couple of extra pitches. Yep. Maybe it pays off here, maybe it doesn't, but it gives Matt a good look at Ranger the rest of the way. On the ground to Gene Segura at second, and Suarez pitches around the 2-out balk. The Braves strand a runner, and we move to the 2nd inning. No score. With our colleague downstairs, Birdie, Paul Bird. Good to see you again, pal.
Thanks so much, Chip. You as well. Talking to Brave City coach Kevin Seitzer before the game about Ozzie. I said, what'd you like about the swing? What have you seen? He said, well, Paul, I really would have liked to have seen Ozzie be patient in AAA and take pitches and see more breaking balls. Then I realized, you know what? That's not Ozzie. He's not patient, so why would I expect him to do that then? He's going to ambush. He's going to swing early. He said the bat speed is there. His BP has been phenomenal, and we need, as you guys talked about, that energy off the field as well. He's got a chance to hit later this inning. Will it happen? Let's find out.
Tell you what, he's got a new chain, doesn't he? Instead of the palm tree, he's got the Ozzie Albies chain.
That too.
Nice bling for the Braves second baseman.
Had a little time, you know, to get it made. Maybe design something.
I didn't ask Seitz about the chain. Tomorrow.
sure Seitz is going to love talking about the chain.
But we miss that. I mean, we miss all the energy. It's so great to see him back. Everybody's smiling. It just felt like, you know, the band's getting back together at just the right time.
Yeah, it's like making a trade without trading anybody, right, Paul?
Yeah. No, you got it. And, you know, he's very complimentary of Grissom and Arcia, who filled in for him. They were taking ground balls together, and I looked out there and I thought to myself, you know, the Braves have two of the best second basemen in the league.
It was funny, Paul. Those Seitz told me and Chip the other night on the plane the same thing. He said, you know, you really send a kid to get minor league at bats, you're hoping they see some pitches. And he said, he went 5 for 5 that one night. I think he saw 11 pitches.
Well, he's on the Eddie Rosario plan.
I was like, I love it.
As JT Realmuto leads off the second for the Phillies. He's having a super year. As Max readies with his 1-2 pitch, and it's rolled over foul. Realmuto 18 homers, 77 driven in. He's closing in, Jeff, on 1,000 big league hits. He needs 6 of them.
And if you think back, Realmuto got off to a slow start this year. And when they made kind of that managerial change and the team got going, a big reason they're where they're at is because of the numbers he has put up.
And that was Rob Thompson, the interim Philadelphia manager, Jeff. He has
58 and 34, 24 games over 500.
And has the Phillies in playoff position as a wild card at the moment. This one popped up. There's your first chance for Ozzie, it looks like. And he is going to call off Ronald. Nothing to it. First chance for Ozzie. 4 up, 4 down for Max Fried. 3 outs in the air for the Braves left-hander. And here's Gene Segura. Segura missed some time with injury. For Philadelphia, he's got 9 homers and 29 driven in. Segura fractured his right index finger.
He's been a Braves killer the last couple of years.
This year he's 5 out of 18 with 2 RBIs. Only 4 games played against Atlanta. As no swing for Segura, evens the count. And a ball and a strike. John Tumpain, the first base umpire, said no swing. And that one is on a line softly to first. Segura tried opposite field approach. Matt positioned perfectly. And there's out number 2.
Sometimes it's about where you play. He was in perfect position there.
So you know who the first 5 hitters are in the Phillies lineup. Here's where it may get a little unfamiliar. Bryson Stott, Matt Vierling, Yairo Munoz, and Dalton Guthrie. The 6, 7, 8, 9 hitters on the Phillies lineup card. I said it before when we saw the Phillies last. You watch this kid set up from the left side of the plate. It's so reminiscent of Chipper Jones.
Kind of sits on those legs, the way the bat is. Now that's not like Chipper.
Yeah, Chipper never missed a curveball like that, right? 0-2 for.
They wanted to give him a chance to just play every day. They had Didi Gregorius there for a long time, and they finally just gave Stott the chance and turned it over to him.
Yeah, the Phillies trying to get younger, more athletic. Remember, that was the real question mark for them at the start of the year. You have Castellanos, you have Harper, you have Kyle Schwarber. Defensively, how would the Phillies fare? First 70, 80 games, it wasn't real good. But of late, they've been a much better defensive team, and that's reflected in the standings. 1-2 pitch. He's rolled foul and out of play. They are without Nick Castellanos, by the way. He's injured. Won't see him in this series. May not see Rhys Hoskins, as we said, either. The right hand of Hoskins swollen and sore after he was hit a couple of days ago. Fried ready with his 1-2 pitch.
He's found him off. Max has thrown him some good quality pitches.
Max has pitched great over his last 10 games to a 2.47 ERA. 5 of those games against playoff hopeful teams, including these Phillies. Another roller foul. Matt Vierling, the center fielder's on deck in a scoreless second inning. Ooh, look at that ball dart.
I don't know how he caught that.
So it's even now for Stott. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Like the Braves, the Phillies have 19 games left. They have a comfortable lead over the Milwaukee Brewers for the final wild card spot. They're 2.5 games in front of San Diego at the moment. More on that after a payoff pitch, which is lined and caught at third. Stott almost laced one to left fair, but Riley with a leaping grab makes it 6 up, 6 down for Max Fried after 1.5. Heritage Month here in Atlanta. It is Los Bravos night. All the Braves from the beautiful countries in Latin America were given red carpet treatment before the game with their national flags behind them on the infield dirt. Big A high above.
That's cool.
The chop house. Also the collage of the national colors.
Yeah.
So a great night, packed house for the Braves and Phillies tonight. Travis d'Arnaud leads off the Atlanta second. Swings the first pitch and drives it toward right. Guthrie going back, warning track, and he's got room. Kind of died at the wall, didn't it?
Yeah, it was 101 off the bat. That's what I was looking at to see, because the way that he was going after it right away looked like, but I think the wind killed that ball. If you see the flag, flag's at half staff with Queen Elizabeth right now, but still you can see it's blowing in.
So 1 out for William Contreras. He's the Braves all-star designated hitter with 17 homers. Ranger Suarez has been a tough hombre on the road. He is 6-1 this year away from Citizens Bank Park. And it is rare indeed when he gives up more than 3 earned runs. In fact, 3 or fewer in 9 straight games on the road. So we've got our hands full here in game 1.
I can imagine you like pitching other places better than Citizens Bank Park.
As a left-hander?
Yeah.
No balls, 2 strikes. Sometimes your best solution is hiding in plain sight. That was the case for Suarez and the Phillies. He's been a very dependable and reliable starter over his last 37 games. He's in a scoreless tie tonight, and a line drive into left field is the first Atlanta hit. It's off the bat of William Contreras, and Michael Harris is coming up.
A beautiful piece of hitting here. I told you Suarez likes to challenge you. That's kind of a fastball just up and in, and look at William pull those hands in beautifully. short and quick. I'm telling you, man, watching his approach last year compared to this year is just night and day. Not only hitting, obviously, behind the plate also.
Michael Harris, the batter. Braves have their second base runner of the game. And Money Mike couldn't pull the trigger. Strike one. 57 RBIs for Michael, 18 homers, hitting a lofty .310 on the year. What a fantastic rookie season.
So you couldn't ask for much more what Michael's done. Everybody knew he was going to play an unbelievable center field, but his approach, I think, is what has surprised a majority of people.
Would you take more than a hit per game played?
Yeah,
as a rookie?
I think so.
That's what Harris has done so far. 107 hits. Tonight's his 97th game. And with that in mind, Jeff, our Zaxby's indescribably good play are Michael's rookie rankings.
He's the only rookie with 100+ hits this season. He leads all rookies in hits, runs, and RBIs. He also hit .484 with runners in scoring position in the second half. That is impressive.
Didn't get that and is down on strikes. First one of those. And let's welcome Ozzie Albies back for the first time since mid-June.
Well, I would say the fans are excited. What do you think?
You know, he's excited too.
Yeah.
Let's see if he swings at the first pitch.
100%. Ah.
That's what Kevin Seitzer told us he wanted to see. That's what Bertie was alluding to.
He said, do that in AAA, though. Now you're back here, hack.
Yeah, he said, take every first pitch and then go to work. Well, he did it against Suarez here in the Braves second. Turn that one loose and fouls it away. You know how good Ozzie is as a right-hand hitter. But again, he missed 81 games for the Braves. Very limited rehab action at AAA. Good action. But now he's facing Ranger Suarez, who's pitching his way toward a playoff spot with the Phillies.
And I hear that the main thing for me, they said he ran great. And I think more than anything, that's what you know the hitting's going to come and go. But how do you feel?
Mm-hmm.
Passed all the tests that they wanted to see.
'98 lifetime home runs for the Braves switch hitting second baseman Ozzie Albies. Contreras leads at first with a 1-2. And Suarez banking on some impatience. Good eye by Ozzie, evens the count. A lot of room in left center for Albies if Suarez makes a mistake. And now with a 3-2 count, the Braves DH Contreras will get a head start.
Probably more pitches than any at bat he saw in AAA. But laid off some good tough off speed stuff.
Bohm plays behind the runner at first. Contreras takes off the pitch. Strike 3 inside corner. And that will retire the side. Back-to-back strikeouts sends us to inning number 3 and no score in Atlanta.
Presented by Kaiser Permanente.
Gotcha. No score after 2 in Atlanta. Glad you're with us. Paul Bird, Jeff Francoeur, Chip Carey with you. Braves and Phillies meet in game 1. Max Fried on the mound. And he is tonight's Georgia Natural Gas Impact Player feature.
Yeah, he's allowed 2 earned runs or less in 10 of his last 12. And he's 4th in the NL in ERA, 3rd in quality starts, 2nd in base and balls per 9 innings.
Well, can't start any better than Max has tonight. 6 up, 6 down. Matt Vierling leads off the Phillies' 3rd inning. And Matt a little late. One ball, 2 strikes for Vierling. Yairo Munoz will be next. We'll be acquainted with the Phillies an awful lot here in the final 3 weeks and perhaps into postseason play as well. If everything stays the way it is right now, the Braves would meet the Phillies,
yeah,
right?
They would come here in a 3-game series.
Let's knock them down a peg or 2, take care of the Mets in the division race, and watch the wild card round. The pitch from 0-2 to 3-2.
Both teams right now are doing a pretty good job of laying off the off-speed stuff of both Fried and Suarez.
Corked into shallow center. Harris on the run. He's coming. He's coming. Hey, he's got it. Shoulder high.
Great jump. This is where Michael so valuable. Early in the year, outfield defense here was not exactly what we were accustomed to seeing. A couple guys playing out of position where they usually have, mostly by necessity, but now when Ronald's in right, you have Harris in center. And tonight, of course, Grossman in left. You feel comfortable with that outfield defense. Better than comfortable, put it that way.
Yairo Munoz gets the start at 3rd. 3 homers, 7 RBIs for him. Well, I love the way Max is working in this game, Jeff. He's getting contact. He's not just striking guys out. As a result, only 36 pitches with 1 out here in the 3rd inning. Stayed high, I suppose. 2-1 the count. Two sliders, 2 curveballs for the Phillies' 8th place hitter.
They're late on his heater tonight so far.
Little chopper hit toward Dansby. He's got it. And his throw on the money. It's 8 up, 8 down for Fried. And Dalton Guthrie is coming up.
Another good fastball. Got it in on him. Got an easy rollover.
Guthrie, another young Philly. Might remember his dad, Mark Guthrie. Couple of RBIs for Dalton, who was called up on September 4th. He had 300 with the Lehigh Valley Iron Pigs. That's the Phillies AAA affiliate.
Another good name, the Iron Pigs.
You like that one?
Yeah. Still, jumbo shrimp's my favorite.
Well, you're always hungry. That's
exactly
a big part of it. 1 ball, no strikes. As Riley even with the bag at third. And this one hit a ton toward left down the line near the pole. Is that fair or foul? It is a foul ball. And Guthrie back to the plate with an even count.
Although Iron Pigs is bacon too, and I do enjoy bacon.
How can you not like bacon?
Exactly.
One ball, one strike. Base is empty for Guthrie. Dalton, a Florida Gator. And behind in the count, a ball and 2 strikes. Right back where it came from at the second base bag. Ozzie flips her to first in time, and Max Fried perfect through 3 innings. Still no score. Grossman, Acuna, and Dansby coming up. Ball, it's presented by Truist. Beautiful night for the Braves and Phillies. Atlanta coming up in the home half of the 3rd inning. No score. The Braves have 2 base runners, a walk and a single. And with Robbie Grossman leading off, they look for their first run. Boy, Robbie, Jeff, had a super road trip for the Braves. How many big hits did this guy have out west?
And today is his birthday, Chip. How about that? He's got to do something good on his birthday. And he had that huge home run in Seattle there in the top of the 9th to put up. Had another one on the road trip before that. He is great thing. He's swinging it from both sides of the plate right now.
But especially as a right-hand hitter, where he's hitting southpaw pitchers at a .336 clip. So 8 hits, 8 RBIs for Grossman out west. 1 ball, no strikes.
A lot of times you can tell the way a guy's seeing the ball like that, how he takes that changeup. He's not lunging. He's not out in front.
We've seen Ranger paint the inside corner, haven't we?
He's got that pitch going right now.
See, how do you get him off of that part of the plate?
Well, I think, you know, like you said, if you get to the point where you got to look inside, if you do, to pull it. Or you just take it, and if he can spot it there a couple times, you tip your hat and you continue to look where you want. Because that's what he's doing. He got that fastball in, and he's trying to speed him up with that off speed. And Robbie did a good job taking that pitch.
He froze Ozzie on the inside corner for the final out of the 2nd. Now he's got a 3-2 pitch. And Grossman takes ball 4. So there's a start for the Braves. Their first leadoff man is aboard. That brings up our Yellowwood Bringing the Lumber feature, Ronald Acuna Jr.
He's a career .302 hitter against the Phils. In the last 15 games versus the NL East, hitting .333 with 8 extra base hits.
Let's see if Ronald can hit one down the left field line or into left center field. He shaded around toward right. That's really where Ronald's been hitting the ball a lot over the last 3 weeks. Ronald's last home run August 31st against the Colorado Rockies. He's got a lot of room to work on the right side here with a man at first.
Man, I don't know about that pitch.
JT might have just stolen a strike. It's 0-2. Took a shot at right field, fought it off. And good to have Ronald playing outfield and leading off. There's that inside corner to the right-hand hitters. Just missed. Rob Thompson's Phillies just finished a stretch of 22 straight games against sub-500 teams. They have a very difficult schedule the rest of the way, starting tonight with world champions. 2 series with the Braves, 1 with Toronto, and they finish on the road against the Astros.
They're only hoping that Astro series is. They might be resting guys by then.
They're making Ranger work. 47 pitches. He's walked a couple of men. He's struck out 2. He's allowed 1 hit. And now the Braves with Ronald start their second trip through the batting order. Got it called that time. That pitch not as good as the one called ball 2. Wow. So he's hit that spot, Jeff, all night long. He was rewarded now with strikeout number 3.
Yeah, and my whole thing is that's a ball in off the plate. The pitch before that, he gave it to him, or a couple, if you remember, he gave it to him way out off the plate. It's one of those things, though, you know, as a hitter, if I know he's calling it on that inner part of the plate, okay, you know it. But when you're getting both those, it's tough as a hitter to cover both.
Dansby Swanson popped out to center his first time up. Dansby has feasted against the Phillies. Let's see what he has in store for us in his second at bat. 1 on, 1 out. On the ground to the left side. The peg at second 1, and Swanson easily safe at first. Grossman is forced out. Austin Riley is the hitter. The Phillies pitched around him in the first inning. Riley up now with the runner on and 2 out. Three groundouts, 3 strikeouts for Ranger Suarez. Fly ball, pretty well hit, but it's playable for Guthrie. And the Braves are retired in inning number 3. Top of the Phillies order is coming up. 4th inning, no score. Packed house as the Braves are pushing toward 3 million in home attendance. Our Xfinity Live look cam zooms in on the top of the order for the Phillies. Max Fried and Ranger Suarez, a battle of left-handers, have silenced two offenses that hit lefties very well the first time through the order. Fried will face Schwarber, Bohm, and Bryce Harper. Fried has yet to allow a Philadelphia base runner.
Both lefties tonight doing a good job establishing those fastballs.
That might be an indicator of how good Max's stuff is. A guy that's hit 38 home runs tries to bunt.
Definitely didn't look natural, did it?
Schwarber lined out to center to start the game for Philadelphia. And a ball and a strike. Gentle breeze continues to blow out toward the chop house as the 2-1 pitch. Now Max ready with his even count. He lifted out a play foul. Jeff, back when the Phillies were world champs, a very different looking leadoff man batted for them, Jimmy Rollins.
Yes. A little bit different type hitters, huh?
Yeah. 30 home runs out of the leadoff spot.
Jimmy had power too, though.
Yep.
Schwarber with the Cubs batted leadoff some too.
Little low. Full count. Yeah, in the old days, guys like Schwarber, guys like Acuna, they'd be hitting in the middle of your lineup, not batting first. Now an important pitch for Max with a full count.
That fastball, he was trying to go away a little bit and left that one right down the middle.
Foul again. So Schwarber is going to see a 9th pitch.
Max has mixed it up on him well. He's gone slider, fastball, changeup, fastball, slider, sinker, change. So I mean, he's done a good job. Just Schwarber has taken a few. See if Max can make a pitch here.
The battle continues.
That's why sometimes all those first pitch outs Max is able to get. You know, you can afford a battle or two like this and still your pitch count's not flying through the roof.
Fly ball toward the gap in right center. That's trouble. And that ball is lined into the Braves bullpen. A 10-pitch at bat for Kyle Schwarber. That breaks up the perfect game for Max Fried. The Phillies strike first on a home run. It's 1-0.
Well, the old adage, if you see enough pitches at some time, that pitcher might make a mistake. This fastball. Same one he fouled off 2 or 3 pitches ago. This time he gets it and drives it into that right center gap. You tell the way Schwarber was running, he didn't think it was gone.
Into the second home run to a left-hand batter allowed by Max Fried this year. Phillies strike first here in the 4th inning. And Alec Bohm the batter. So 39 homers for Schwarber. 81 runs batted in.
It was kind of like the other Saturday. You know, Max only gave up 2 runs, 2 solo shots. The Braves just weren't able to do anything against Kirby up there in Seattle.
Down goes Bohm. First strikeout for Max Fried. Bryce Harper's coming up.
He went off speed on him. 2 changeups in a row. I love it. Came right back with it. Kind of tailing low weight, 86.
It's a nice comeback after the 10-pitch sequence with Schwarber. Here is Bryce Harper. Harper rolled out to end the Philadelphia first. 1-0 Phillies here. The Pirates are trailing the Mets 2-1, but threatening in the 5th inning. Up at Citi Field in New York, the Braves and Mets separated by 1 game in the division. Ouch, right off one of those green shoes. Oh, when a man drops the bat, that one really hurts. And Harper's still on all 4s in the left-hand batter's box.
Oh, we got in the knee, Chip.
Oh, wasn't the shoe.
The back knee. It's like right on that kneecap, that bone right there. He ain't moving.
Oh, man.
It was one of those 2-seamers running in their first pitch. That's one of those things that he might get back in there right now and hit, but you wonder another 45 minutes, how does that thing feel? And think about this too. He's not playing the outfield.
Right.
So when he goes in, it's not like he's able to run around.
Well, everybody in the ballpark knows where Max is going now. Let's see
Yeah.
if Harper is up to the challenge. Down a strike.
What do you mean? He's going 2-seamer in?
Pretty good chance. That did not look like the most comfortable of swings from Harper.
No. Don't change your approach right here. You go right back after him.
That man has made it 1-0 Phillies. And as you look at this lineup card for Philadelphia, Jeff, the top 5 guys, real tough hombres.
Yeah.
This is the tough part of their lineup, including Bryce Harper, who's hitting 3rd and has a 2-2 count. Did he go?
Yeah, oh yeah.
Yeah, Harper says he went.
I think Harper wanted to go.
Yeah, he looks like a man that needs to have a seat. And a check swing strikeout is the second of the game for Max Fried. And JT Realmuto's coming up.
Well, after the home run, 2 beautiful sequences there for Max to get him back. 2 strikeouts of Bohm and Harper.
JT popped up to Ozzie Albies in his first trip tonight. Choked up ever so slightly against Fried. The pitch is right at Dansby. And after the home run, Max Fried gets the next 3. But a 10-pitch at bat for Schwarber turns into the game's only run. Phillies score first. It's 1-0.
Your local Ford dealer. Delta Airlines. Keep climbing. And by Truist. When you start with care, you get a different kind of bank.
Phillies score first, lead 1-0 on a Kyle Schwarber homer. That's the only Philadelphia hit. The Braves have a hit that came from William Contreras back in the second inning. If you want postseason tickets for all potential 2022 playoff games at Truist Park, you must register for the Ticketmaster Verified Fan Program, which is open now through September 19th. Verified fans get pre-sale access for all potential playoff games at Truist Park, including the World Series, before those playoff tickets go on sale for the general public. Go to Braves.com/postseason to find out more details on becoming a verified fan.
Well, let's hope that's for the NLDS, right?
Exactly. And you pass the Mets and you get to enjoy the wild card round. Ranger Suarez facing Olson, d'Arnaud, and Contreras here. He's been staked to a 1-0 lead. Matt bounced out to second in his first trip to the plate. Five of Matt's 28 home runs have come against the Phillies this year. How about one right here? He's got the whole left side of the infield if he can shoot a ball the other way. Might be a good approach against Ranger Suarez tonight. Pop fly left side. Suarez gives chase, but that's way out of play. It's 2 balls and a strike. Here's Matt's body of work against the Phillies.
There's 9 of the 11 hits, extra base hits for Matt. And you see those 2 doubles to left center. Those were both up in Philadelphia. That's what you want to see. And just a little late on that fastball. Still just a little bit under. If he can get on time, get on top of that pitch, and try to shoot that gap.
That's our StatCast 3D presented by Google Cloud. And a high towering fly ball to right. Guthrie, though, is going to have room. And he staggers a bit, but makes the play. And Olson's retired for out number 1.
That was a high fly ball.
So Matt 0 for 2. Here's Travis d'Arnaud coming off a 6-hit road trip. Travis has scored 11 runs in his last 13 games. And he too flat out to right, leading off the Braves second. Hit it deep, but Guthrie just enough room. The ball kind of died, as we said, as it made its way toward the brick wall.
Yeah, but think about Schwarber's. It was such on a line drive. You didn't give the wind any chance to really hurt that ball.
Under radar, as we like to call it, right? And that's the difference in the game. 1-0 Phillies. And Suarez being tough on the road. And he's not altered his game plan at all. He really hasn't had to.
No, he's throwing that sinker. Then you see that cutter. The first 2 pitches there, just enough in on these righties to keep him honest. And then he goes with the changeup. So that's really kind of his game plan, is to He doesn't overpower you with a fastball. So for Ranger, he's got to work corners.
And he's shown tonight when he gets to 2 strikes, he's not afraid to zip that fastball in or half. Let's see what he does with a 2-strike count here for Travis. Breaking ball rolled over to third. And Munoz with a perfect throw for out number 2. Here's the man with the lone hit. And the trumpets are blaring for William Contreras.
Why not?
William now 4 for 10 head-to-head against Ranger Suarez. See why it's tough to think about, hey, just serve this guy the opposite way all night long.
Yeah.
As you said, he has been up, down, in, out, corner to corner.
Yeah.
Very impressive in his 61 pitches.
Kind of reminds me of what Gonzalez for the Mariners did Sunday to this Braves team. You wonder, Ranger was watching that video, I'm sure, seeing how he approached similar stuff, not an overpowering fastball.
Well, he's gone 3-0 to William. He's got the lefty Harris waiting on deck. And a high fly ball belted left center field and deep. That ball is gone. We're tied. A green light, 3-0, and Contreras crushed a cookie.
.112 off the bat, 439 feet. We say 3-0 is a new 2-0, and if you're going to lay a cookie in there, be prepared to hit hitters to do exactly what you just saw here. Ties the ball game up with a blast. Beautiful swing, 3-0. I mean, right down the middle, exactly what you want as a hitter. Full extension. Tie ball game.
Number 18 for Contreras, and the ballpark rocking again. 2 solo homers account for the offense for the Braves and Phillies. And with Michael Harris up, a chance for Atlanta to take the lead. Something about this team, Jeff, with 2 outs, they just have a knack for making things interesting.
Well, yeah, they can work you. We saw it all road trip. We've seen it all year. That was really the difference first month. If you think about it, Braves really struggle with 2 outs. 2 outs, runners in scoring position. Now they're creating runs all over the place with 2 outs.
And it's not just from one spot in the batting order. That's the other thing that's going to be so fun. 1 through 9, these guys can all do damage.
Talking 1 through 3, 73 home runs, 4 through 6, 70, and then 7 through 9. This is amazing. 73 home runs.
Broken bat, and Suarez will spear that. Atlanta gets a home run on a 3-0 count from their designated hitter, William Contreras. And after 4 in Atlanta, the game's living up to the advanced billing. Braves won, Phillies won in Game 1 of the weekend series. New life for Max Fried as he starts the 5th inning, tied 1 apiece. He'll face Segura, Stott, and Matt Vierling for Philadelphia. William Contreras hit a home run on a 3-0 count. Kyle Schwarber, a 10-pitch at bat, hit a line drive home run. That's where we stand through 4.
Yeah, the only damage.
Fly ball, wallop left center field. Long run, Grossman. He's going to turn, and that ball's going to creep over the wall. So Gene Segura breaks the tie. It's 2-1.
Tell you what, for his sake, he's lucky that ball got out. That was a first row home run, and he was still at home plate. Just a fastball up location. I think he didn't get out by much.
But just deep enough to put the Phillies back in front on 2 solo home runs, each leading off the 4th and 5th innings. Bryson Stott, the hitter, he lined out to end the 2nd. So Segura in double digits with 10 home runs. Max uncharacteristically tonight's been pitching behind in the count a lot. He's only thrown strike 1 to 8 of 14 hitters. He's given up 2 hits. They've both left the yard. And now Stott 3-0.
As you said, that's kind of what has cost him. They're pitching from behind. Even with his good stuff, he's still got to come over the plate.
And 4 pitches sends Stott to first, and Fried with a long look in at Ryan Addison, the home plate umpire. So his first walk of the game. Matt Vierling, the hitter, he skied out to center. Great running catch from Michael Harris, took away a hit.
You can get a ground ball, maybe a double play ball.
Four ground outs for Fried so far in the game. And that had the plate but was low, and Max getting more and more frustrated as he's missed with 5 in a row now. And while the Braves talk it over, we step aside for a word from Truist.
Tim always offered the best advice.
Hit it nice and firm.
Today, Tim is a teammate at Truist, where you can get personalized insights right on the app.
Max has had 14 double play balls turned behind him. Vierling's hit into 7 of them. That breaks the rough patch. 1 ball, 1 strike.
That's where you love the veteran presence of Travis d'Arnaud, to be able to recognize a pitcher getting frustrated. You don't want this game to get where you just lay a cookie in, the next thing you know it's 4-1, goes out there, calms him down.
Fly ball hit toward left. Robbie on the run. That's going to hang up for him. No problem. 1 out. So after the homer, the walk, soft contact takes care of the 7th place hitter. Now Yairo Munoz is up, and he was a ground out victim his first time up. Braves play him slightly to pull on the infield. And out of play off to the right. Strike 1 for Munoz. Max had his man frozen. That pickoff throw just a bit high.
Yeah, and I think, you know, as we've seen as years gone on, we're tending to see these guys not get as big a lead with Max Fried on the mound.
No balls and a strike. Beautiful curveball.
You said it though. This is a part of the lineup that you can kind of take advantage of if you're Max. Not to say, look, these guys are big league hitters, but with Max's stuff, you feel very confident for him to go through these 6 through 9 hitters.
Got him picked off. Good throw from Olsen. And that takes care of Stott. Boy, when you can control your own running game, what an advantage.
I tell you, the one advantage Max has, you walk a guy, as you said, you can control the issue. And you see what a great job Matt Olsen did here. You talk about bumping off quick. And then he got rid of it quick to give it to Ozzie to give him a chance to put an easy tag down. And now you're one pitch away from out of this thing.
Ground ball right at Dansby. And Max Fried will have to pitch again. Munoz hustling down the line. Dansby didn't get a whole lot on that throw, and Munoz reaches on an infield hit.
See how the ball got stuck in Dansby's glove? He couldn't get it out. Munoz, good speed. Watch this right here. You see how it kind of... And by doing that, the throw was kind of sidearm right here. And he beat it.
So the first Phillies hit that hasn't left the ballpark comes from Munoz, and now Dalton Guthrie hits. That'll drive you nuts as a pitcher. You make the pitch you want, but you don't get the result.
You did, and we don't see that typically from Dansby, that type of play, but it did. It just got stuck and couldn't get anything on the throw. For the Phillies, you kind of catch a break, because if Guthrie makes the last out, at least you start the next inning with top of the lineup.
Line drive into shallow left center field. That's down for a hit. And the throw will come into second. Phillies have him at the corners, and Fried will continue with Kyle Schwarber. Didn't hit it hard, but found a big part of the pasture. It's been that kind of game for Max Fried to this point. He's only down a run, but now, as you said, Jeff, tougher part of the order.
Yeah, now you got to bear down.
10-pitch at bat from Schwarber ended up with a solo home run and the first run of the game. The next pitch will be Fried's 80th of the game. And how big is that pickoff looking at the moment?
Wow. Some of those other pitches might have been down. That ball's a strike. Watch this. Barely even hits the edge. And it wasn't like Darno was set up away.
Two and 0. Big run at third for the Phillies, who lead by 1. Guthrie at first. Back-to-back 2-out hits. That one good enough. 2 balls and a strike. Ozzie playing in the grass in shallow right as the rover as they play Schwarber to pull. Now a dangerous pitch. 3 balls and a strike.
You tell Max, usually very stoic on the mound, does not show a lot of emotion. Very frustrated with him. I think a little bit of the umpire with himself a little bit too right now. Make a pitch.
He retired the first 9 in a row. Solo homers leading off the 4th and 5th. Now here in this 5th inning with 2 outs, back-to-back soft singles. And now the 3-1 pitch. Instead it's to first. This is where the Phillies have been very, very tough. Highest team batting average in the game with runners in scoring position. And now the 3-1. Right on by. That was a 94-mile-an-hour sinker.
That had a little extra on it. That was good. That was the perfect pitch.
So Guthrie will take off at first. Sellout crowd cheering Max Fried on. Swing and a miss. What a job by Max Fried. The Phillies strand 2, but they take the lead on a home run. Gene Segura's drive makes it 2-1. Ozzie leads off the Atlanta 5th.
The return of Ozzie Albies, absolutely fantastic. This crowd appreciates it. The chain, the energy, the defense, the bombs, all of it. But let's not forget about 21-year-old Vaughn Grissom as well. Snitker said that he could play second base if Ozzie needs the DH. He can play the outfield. They're working on that. We're going to take this game by game, and our focus is to win every single day, every game. Not going to hurt anybody's feelings. He knows he's done a great job. Vaughn Grissom, 21 years old, coming off a 280 road trip where he hit a homer and 4 RBI. People thought he was cooling off a little bit. He's hit over 300 on the year. Not so. He's been fantastic, and he is a team player. Excited for Ozzie. They worked out together today at second base. They were all smiles. He's ready to learn from another young veteran.
Great report, Paul. I think that's something we touched on earlier in Braves Live. What is the plan for Vaughn Grissom? I think there's a pretty good explanation.
Yeah, and I think it's perfect way they put it. Take it day by day. You don't have to plan out. I'm sure they have a plan.
Ozzie pops this one up right side. Segura and Bohm converge. It'll be Segura in shallow right, 1 out.
But I mean, he's going to need some time. He's going to need, a little bit of break. So at the same time, you want to see Ozzie. He's going to give reps. Vaughn's going to get his at bats.
So Ozzie 0 for 2 tonight. Robbie Grossman walked in the Atlanta 3rd. He was forced out. On a Dansby Swanson ground out, 2-1 game. Braves and Phillies. The lefty-lefty matchup has lived up to the billing.
Guys, I love the fact that Vaughn Grissom is on that top step cheering him on. He said he's going to need some work in that outfield. He's waiting for his buddy Michael Harris to help him out a little bit. They're like two peas in a pod. The troublemakers, they were laughing at their locker earlier. This guy just didn't come up here and make an impression on the field, but he made an impression in that clubhouse by the way he goes about his business, and also, like so many other Braves, has fun playing a game they love.
Lifted right side. Bohm gives chase. Guthrie coming on. He's charging hard near the warning track. Sliding grab. What a play. Wow. He never gave up, and great closing speed to end Grossman's at bat.
He almost slid too early. Watch this. Guy gets stuck and then bounced up.
His dad was never that fast.
No, pretty good play.
So put a star by that one, unfortunately, for out number 2. And here's Ronald. Suarez tips his cap for his young right fielder as Acuna digs in with 2 outs. Ronald grounded out and struck out over the inside corner. In, out is the way that Suarez is pitching.
I said when you don't have overpowering stuff, that's what you got to do, and he's doing it right now.
Reeling in Ronald. 2 balls, no strikes. Dansby on deck.
Well, Suarez is, that fastball's creeping up there, 93, 94 right now, especially when he comes in on these righties.
Looks like it's surprising him just a bit.
It is, yeah.
There's another example. A little late. 2 balls, 2 strikes. We're in the 5th inning. Phillies have a 1-run lead. So now not just the in, the out, Jeff, but the up and the down.
Yeah.
For these Braves hitters to contend with. Nothing they can eliminate yet. They play Ronald to pull on the infield. Munoz right on the line at third. And the 2-2 pitch. He hit it that way, foul. Ballpark was roaring a little while ago when Contreras tied it. It's quiet now as Acuna awaits a 2-2 pitch. Tried that inside corner, but missed.
I would say that one too far in.
Well, partner, where's he going here?
I would imagine after that he's probably coming either back inside like that or that changeup away. He doubled up.
So back-to-back 94-mile-an-hour fastballs. And this is a great at-bat for Acuna. He's going to see a 12th pitch. Says the board upstairs.
Yeah, I was going to say, last time Schwarber battled him, the late pitches ended in a good result. Tried the inside corner and barely missed, and Suarez really wanted that.
So Acuna with a patient at bat earns a 2-out walk, and here's Dansby, Jeff, with 2 outs.
Yeah, ball's in again. He called him on it last time. This time he did not.
So Suarez has issued 3 walks. 4 is his season high. And he's up to 80 pitches. This is where Dansby has shined all year.
He's third in the NL with 41 2-out RBIs this year.
And as we've said, 1 RBI from tying his franchise record for a shortstop. He's got 87. He should fly by that. He's on pace for 99 RBIs this year. His best offensive season in the big leagues for the Braves this year. Can they give him a lot of room on the right side with 1 strike? As we said about Max Fried, it really is a flip of the coin if you try to run on a left-hander and JT Realmuto behind the plate.
That's going to say more than the pickoff move the pitcher. JT Realmuto is tough to steal on behind home plate. You got to pick a good pitch. Not saying it can't be done.
Nothing in 1 for Swanson. The pitch popped him up. Long run Guthrie. He's still chugging. He's near the line, and he's got it. And that'll retire the side. We head to the 6th inning. Braves are down a run in game 1. Sixth inning. Let's take you to New York for an Xfinity game break. The Pirates and the Mets are battling. New York leading 1-0. Got a home run from Daniel Vogelbach. They've extended their lead to 3-1. Just 3 hits for the battling Buccos up at Citi Field. So the standings at the moment, the Braves 1 game behind the Mets, 19 to play. All of the games for the Braves are within the Eastern Division, including tonight's with the Phillies, who lead 2-1. Bohm, Harper, and Realmuto coming up to face Max Fried.
Now Max is at 86 pitches, so right here you're telling him, get me through this inning right here, and then we can turn it over to the pen.
And even with 3 perfect innings, Jeff, he did have to pile up some pitches in those first 3. And 2 solo homers allowed is the sum total for Philadelphia. They have but 4 hits. And what will drive Max crazy at this point in the game is not just the pitch count, but it's really been hard for him to get ahead.
Yeah.
He's under 50% in first pitch strikes. And so now beginning his 3rd trip through the lineup is behind Alec Bohm, the Philly first baseman.
Pretty impressive stat there.
He's been the Braves' bell cow for the last couple of years. Now a 2-2 pitch coming from Fried for Alec Bohm with nobody on or out. And didn't get a chase. Change up. Full count. Just 1 walk for Fried in the game. Then Bryson Stott got picked off. That's a big play in a 1-run affair. And we'll try again. 3 balls, 2 strikes. He loses Alec Bohm. Leadoff walk. And that brings up Bryce Harper, who fouled the ball off his knee last time up. Harper struck out and is 0 for 2.
Imagine he got some time to rest, maybe even throw some ice on that knee.
Harper playing in his 5th game against Atlanta this year after fracturing his thumb. Braves and Phillies meet 6 more times after tonight. And time called. Colin McHugh is playing catch as Max pushing rapidly toward 100 pitches. Mighty cut from Bryce Harper, strike 1. Well, the Phillies have, as we said, had a soft schedule on paper. They've taken advantage of that. 2 of their next 3 series against the world champions. They lead game 1 tonight 2-1. And Harper just like that behind 0-2.
And Harper has not been really able to pick up Max's fastball tonight.
Well, let's see what he goes to. 2 strikes. Struck him out on 3 pitches. So Max Fried with his 4th strikeout.
I like that. Don't even mess around. You have really got him on that sinker. A really good one on the inside corner. Look at it dive down. Harper misses.
That's the happy spot for left-hand hitters, and he couldn't beat him to the spot. So a double play gets you out of the inning, but JT Realmuto stands in the way. 22 ribbies in the last 22 games for the Phillies catcher. There's a first pitch strike. That's a little more like it. 0-1. Max comes set. Short lead by Bohm at first. One of his best changeups of the game. So he's got JT set up. And here it is. Sellout crowd looking on anxiously as Fried now has gone 2-2 for JT Realmuto. Pitch number 100. And it's lined out of play. Jeff, this is the first time Max has thrown 100 or more pitches since July 31st.
Wow.
That was a 7-inning shutout performance against Arizona. Max hasn't pitched poorly at all, but 2 solo homers has him behind by a run.
This game's so much like last Saturday up in Seattle, where right now he's just on the wrong side of this.
Fly ball to left. Robbie retreats, still going back, and he makes the catch. Two outs. Home back to first, and the villain Gene Segura is your hitter.
He broke the wrong way here. He came in thinking that ball had more top spin on it, but recovered very nicely.
So Segura took Fried out over the yellow line in left center for the go-ahead run of the game. Braves battery is plotting strategy here with a man at first and 2 outs. And before we get back to live action, let's step aside for a quick word from Delta.
Delta, proud to be the official airline of the 2021 World Champion Atlanta Braves.
Ten homers for Segura. 5 have come against lefties. We've had enough of that tonight, wouldn't you say? And in the dirt. 1 ball, no strikes. Looking ahead to our 6th inning. Riley, Olson, and d'Arnaud are coming up. The 3, 4, 5 hitters for the Braves. After Segura, left-hand hitting Bryson Stott, then Vierling, Munoz, and Guthrie. Ideally, you get Max out of the inning right here. 1 ball, no strikes. For some reason, this guy just hits the Braves staff.
Yeah, and even a lot of infield hits against Atlanta too.
That's what really makes you mad. As that's taken low, I guess. 3-0. I don't think Ryan Addington and Max Fried will exchange holiday cards.
Yeah, they're not doing Thanksgiving together.
Well, be careful here. 3-0. That was thrown with some anger.
Yeah.
Now it's Segura's turn to grumble. That pitch ties Max's season high in pitches. And he's got a full count before a sellout house.
Yeah, make a pitch right here. Finish strong. Get through 6.
Bohm will take off on a 3-2 count. And he loses Segura. 2 on, 2 out. 2 walks in the inning. Brian Snitker has not moved a muscle. You've got the lefty-lefty matchup here with Stott.
I would think if you had a right-hander up right now, you'd probably see him go Colin McHugh, but I think he's going to give Max a chance. You know, he's pitching on 6 days or an extra day's rest, 5 days rest, and he only threw 85 pitches in Seattle. So I think this is one of those scenarios where you give him a chance now to get out of this thing.
And this is the time of year where you ride your horses, right?
Yeah, and your guys that have done it for a while.
So Stott has walked and lined out. And takes a strike. That line out from Stott was hit the other way. The Braves play him to pull. Riley is virtually the only defender on the left side of the infield. It's one of those games for Max where his command has been in and out tonight. He's made some big pitches when he's had to.
Yeah, 44 balls to 65 strikes.
And pitch 110 coming up. On the ground, Olson's got that. He'll race to the bag, and Fried is through 6. The Phillies get a couple of walks, leave him stranded. Heart of the order coming up for the Bravos. It's a 2-1 game. Max Fried has ever thrown in a big league game tonight, Jeff, and he departs down only 1 run.
Yeah, he hung in there. 110 pitches. Had to make some tough ones. You see the 3 walks, 4 strikeouts, but all in all, did exactly what aces are supposed to do. Kept you in this ball game right here, 2-1. Now it's time for the offense to go to work.
Yeah, they got to get something going here. Riley, Olson, and d'Arnaud, the trio up first. Ranger Suarez. Plenty of rest as the Phillies stranded 2. And he's back at it with another first pitch strike as we check out our landmark player comparisons. Schwarber and Austin Riley.
Yeah, Riley's hitting .370 with 8 extra base hits this season versus Philly. And of course, Schwarber with that home run tonight to extend it.
Action has begun in the Phillies bullpen as Suarez in the mid-80s with his pitch count. The Phillies bullpen, while much improved, is a place you don't mind being for one reason alone. In 300 fewer innings than their starters, the Phillies bullpen has issued more walks than their starters. That one popped up our way and foul. 2 balls, 2 strikes.
That's not a recipe for success long term.
Yeah, 330 fewer innings for their bullpen and 29 more walks than the starters. We'll see how it plays out. Base is empty for Austin. 2-2 pitch. And he chased one in the left-hand batter's box. And Ranger Suarez pulls the string. His 4th strikeout gets things started in the Atlanta 6th. Fans Braves A-list season memberships are on sale for next year. As a full 2023 season member, you'll get all the benefits of the 2023 campaign and have priority access for all of this year's potential postseason home games. Get all the information on full season memberships and how you can get access to 2022 postseason games at braves.com/A-list. Matt Olson pops up another one. Suarez can't find it. 3 Phillies meet on the mound, and it's Stott who makes the play. That could have been disaster. Wow. 2 outs.
This thing was in the air a long time. You can see Suarez trying to see who's going to call it. Pretty darn good job by Stott. He never even looked down. Look at this. Climbing the mound and then back down, was able to make the catch.
So in the blink of an eye, 2 men are out, and Travis d'Arnaud is the hitter. The Pirates have pulled a little closer in New York. It's 4-3 Mets. That game's in the 8th inning. Here it's 2-1 Phillies. Took a little while for Suarez to settle in the first inning, but since he's been right on time. And a chopper to short is going to send us to the 7th inning. Philadelphia leads 2-1 in game 1.
It's brought to you by Toyota. Visit your local Toyota dealers today. Toyota, let's go places. The Georgia Lottery. Today could be the day. And by Yellowwood. If it doesn't have this yellow tag, you don't want it.
After 6, the Phillies enjoy a 2-1 lead. Just 2 hits for Atlanta so far. 2 solo homers for the Phillies. A solo blast from William Contreras, the tally for Atlanta tonight. Fans, it's a food fight at MLB Food Fight to determine which ballpark food is best this year. Fill out your bracket and vote for your Braves at MLB.com/foodfight tonight. Colin McHugh, the first out of the pen for the Braves after Max Fried threw 110 pitches in 6 innings. Matt Vierling, Yairo Munoz, and Dalton Guthrie, the right-hand hitters, coming up in the 7th.
Now, the good news for the Braves, this bullpen has done a great job, really the second half, but especially this month, holding them right here and giving the offense a chance to catch up.
Braves bullpen, a 2.11 ERA. 54 strikeouts, Jeff, in 38 and the 3rd innings.
Yeah.
So you're right. They have shut down opposing rallies with swing and a miss stuff. To right. Ronald is there. He'll glide and make the play. And McHugh gets the all-important first batter. 1 out.
Well, it's the Friday Night Showdown presented by Kaiser Permanente.
This game has lived up to the advanced billing. It has been well pitched. Hits have been tough to come by. Just 6 total. As Yairo Munoz backs away and takes ball 1. Phillies bullpen continues to work. I hope they get Suarez out of the game. I don't know if anybody in their relief corps can pitch any better than Ranger did tonight.
Yeah. See what they do, whether they try to send him back out there for one more.
Jose Alvarado is warming up. 2-0 pitch. Got in on his knuckles foul, right side, 2-1. Alvarado has great stuff, but he can walk you. We'll see how the Phillies play it, protecting a 2-1 lead. Little chopper. Riley, third hop. Got to hurry and just got it. Good play.
There's that time clock knowing, okay, I don't have to barehand this. I can go with my glove. It makes a beautiful throw across the diamond.
Yeah, 1 infield hit is the limit in Atlanta per game, right?
That's all we're allowing.
And he got him in mid-stride. 2 up, 2 down for Dalton Guthrie. He's 1 for 2. Hope you'll stick around for the stretch. That's presented by Georgia Natural Gas. Nick and Trevor are standing by in the battery, talking about the remaining schedule for the Braves. It is all within the division. It is all there for the taking.
That's what, if you're Max Fried watching inside, you're going, why didn't I get that pitch?
I think Ryan Addison's strike zone's been a little erratic tonight. As Guthrie serves that out of play. 0-2. Guthrie's made a couple of nice plays in right field tonight. Remember, he took away a Pop fly from Robbie Grossman. And about 50 yards and slid in foul ground to make a play. The 0-2. Broken bat. Dansby's got a charge. Fast runner. Gloves. Can't get it out of the glove. That's twice tonight. So Guthrie 2 hits.
I don't know if he even got this one out of the glove if he was going to get him. Got that weak contact right here. Like I said, even if he makes the perfect throw, it was going to be bang bang.
So smart play for Swanson to eat that infield hit. McHugh gets 2 out, leaves with a man aboard, and Dylan Lee to face Kyle Schwarber in the 7th next.
The All-South Highway Safety Team. Always wear your seatbelt. Georgia Natural Gas. Live the greener life. And by the NASCAR playoffs at Talladega Superspeedway, October 1st and 2nd. Get your tickets now at TalladegaSuperspeedway.com.
(2-1) Phillies. We head to the top of the, still on top of 7 with Dylan Lee coming. We got ACC football, Maine at Boston College Saturday night at 7:30 on the Valley Sports app. ACC football by your local Ford dealer.
Hope that game's as good as this one has been, as Dylan Lee will face Kyle Schwarber. Schwarber made it 1-0 with a 4th inning home run. Dylan's picked up some rest over the last week or so. He pitched twice on the just completed road trip and was terrific. 3 innings of hitless, 4 strikeout balls. On the ground into the shift. Ozzy's got it. Race back to the bag, and Lee gets Schwarber, and that will send us to the stretch. 2-1 is your score. Trevor, Nick, take it away.
The Stretch is brought to you by Georgia Natural Gas. Live the greener life.
Welcome into the Stretch, presented by Georgia Natural Gas. Trevor Scales and Nick Green outside, kicking it on the battery with you. 19 games remain a real 18 and change in the rest of this year's 2022 regular season. Every last one of them are divisional matchups, and every last one of them counts for this point on.
They all do count, and when you look at this schedule, the Braves actually have one of the easier schedules in the league moving forward, but you have to take care of business. Against Philly, they're 6-6. Philly's been playing well. They've been swinging the bats, and the rotation struggled a little bit this recently, but we see what Ranger Suarez has been doing, right? Nationals, they're just a bad team. The only team that has not won 50 games in Major League Baseball. So you see the record 10-3 against them. The Mets, they're a solid team, but have been scuffling a little bit. The Braves haven't taken advantage of that. Scherzer is coming back. He said he's ready to go. Had a rehab 2 days ago, and the Braves have absolutely dominated the Marlins with a 12-4 record. They can still pitch, so you can't take them for granted. But right now, the Braves have to take advantage of what's in front of them, not look too far ahead. But all of these games are important. I want to see the Braves win this division so bad.
So bad.
Take advantage of the Mets struggling a little bit.
I was getting ready to say, their chests are tight, so hopefully we can get win number 89, put us over the win total from last season. All of that coming to you on the other side of a quick word from our friends at Georgia Natural Gas.
Ready to play ball with a new gas company? Georgia Natural Gas knocks it out of the park with simple service and great rates. And when it comes to helping the environment, GNG's Greener Life program makes it as easy as paying your gas bill. Sign up with a home team today at GNG.com.
Well, great job, Nick and Trevor, breaking it all down for us. 19 games left on the schedule. As we cut to the chase, you don't want to miss a second of this September postseason push. The Braves are looking for their 5th straight division title. All National League East matchups are coming your way on Valley Sports South and Valley Sports Southeast, and that's presented by Texas Pete. Sauce like you mean it. Alvarado completing his warm-ups. There's a meeting on the mound here.
Guess he doesn't like something with the mound, or he's having trouble digging.
So the Braves grounds crew will go to work here. Ed Mangan, the head groundskeeper, is coming out. As you see, Alvarado not happy with the condition of the hill as he gets set for the 7th inning. Left-handed pitcher. Both starters left-handed. They probably dug out quite a trench.
Yeah, I guess so.
Well, maybe this will throw Alvarado out of a rhythm. And look, Rob Thompson knows his team far better than we do, but this is the challenge for a major league manager. As I said a moment ago, I don't know if anybody can pitch any better against this lineup than Ranger Suarez did.
No, and you still got to get 9 outs.
So they'll get the mound to Jose Alvarado's liking, or at least attempt that. And as the big left-hander kicks and paws around the pitching plate, we will step aside quickly for a word from our friends at Zaxby's.
Try Zaxby's Chicken Finger Plate with Tongue Torch, Zax Sauce, or any of our sauces.
For the Phillies, who have been trying to get their bullpen right for the last couple of years, and Alvarado in particular, it really has been a tale of 2 seasons, Jeff. He started with a 7.62 ERA in the first 17 games. Went down to AAA and has come back and has pitched to an ERA around 2 for Philadelphia. Their bullpen ERA collectively over 4. As we pointed out earlier as well, the main culprit for that is walks. They have walked 29 more men than their starters have walked this season, and have pitched 330 fewer innings coming into tonight's game 1.
Yeah, we know with Alvarado, Chip, the whole thing for him, can he throw strikes?
Yeah.
He's got electric stuff. Can he stay in the strike zone?
So what does he throw, and what do you look for to try to get into favorable counts from this guy?
Well, to start right here, I'm making sure he throws me strikes first. I want to see where he's at in the zone. And then if he is, look, you're looking for that hard fastball. When you got 97, 98, you look for that and adjust.
So, Bertie, we've had Max Fried and Ranger Suarez, now Alvarado, all left-handed starters. He's the 3rd left-handed pitcher to work in the game. What's the issue he's facing on the mound here in the Atlanta 7th?
Well, when you come into the game, and as you said, pitchers have been pushing off the same spot, pitching out of the same spot, landing in the same spot, or even close to that same spot, you get a really big hole. So a reliever coming in, that hole is not on the mound they warmed up on. And to make that adjustment in 6 or 7 pitches is tough. So he's asking for it to be repaired. You want that good Georgia bean clay to pack it in, make it strong, and have it ready to go.
I kind of hope it's bad clay with this guy.
Yeah, right?
but does that pose some uncertainty on its face here, Paul? Because Alvarado's only going to have still 5-6 pitches to feel what that mound feels like in a tight game.
It is. You just want it to be better. And I can attest as a pitcher, if you're pushing out of a hole and kind of injures your toe because it'll scrape on the bottom, that's where you get that tear on the shoe. And then you land in a hole. One small little area where you may land that can throw you off balance translates to missing your spot by 6 inches crossing the plate. It's not going to be perfect, but you have to get it to where you're comfortable landing. Everything is solid.
So the Braves ground crew is working overtime here, trying to get the mound right. And in this 7th inning, Contreras, Harris, and Ozzie Albies will be coming up. William Contreras has both Braves hits, a 2nd inning single. And then in the 4th inning, he got the green light 3-0 and turned in our All-State Mayhem moment.
Well, we've seen Contreras 3-0 a couple times this year. Get after it. Got a fastball middle. And did not miss that. Only one of the 2 hits tonight, but that one tied the game at the time. 1-1.
We've seen some mound reconstruction mid-game. I can't remember one that's taken as long as this.
No, it's almost one of those double-edged swords. You ask for a mound thing, now you're going to have to sit there for 10 minutes.
Looks like Ronald's talking with Gene Segura about that home run that just crept over the wall in left center field in the 5th inning. And that home run to this point is the difference in the game. So Alvarado starts his warm-up tosses. Hopefully we'll bring Ronald up here in the home 7th. So the grounds crew's work is done. And Alvarado goes to work. He has not given up a hit yet this month. Time to change that. Braves have but 2 of them, both by the man that's set to lead off, William Contreras.
In September, 5 1/3 innings pitched, 0 hits, but only 1 walk for Alvarado.
We'll get a couple of more tosses here, and then we'll get back to work. The Mets still have a 1-run lead over the Pirates. They bat in the bottom of the 8th inning. That's a 4-3 score. Mets are in a soft part of their schedule. To this point, they have not been able to take much advantage of that, as their lead over the Braves is currently 1 game. And now they will head to the 9th inning. The Pirates need 1 to tie, 2 to take the lead off Edwin Diaz, the New York closer. Here's the guy that gets the trumpet music started in Atlanta. William Contreras will go to work. Michael Harris waits on deck. He's 2 for 2 against Alvarado. Keep that in mind in case William could reach. Nobody on or out as we start the home 7th. We've got 9 outs left. Down 1 run. And 99 at the top of the zone. Ranger Suarez, 6 innings, 2 hits, 1 run. The home run came from William. It tied the game in the 4th.
Cutter at 94.
And you can see he is already sweating through that wool cap. Sinkers and cutters from Alvarado, who has given up just 2 home runs this year. He has, though, walked 23 men in 44 innings. He'll walk you if you let him. 101, and he got wood to that. Two and two. After Contreras, it's left-hander Michael Harris, then Ozzie and Grossman who switch hit, then Acuna lurking. One thing we know about Contreras, he can hit anybody's fastball.
Yeah.
And now he will see a 7th pitch in the 7th inning. Not this time. William is down on strikes. A cutter. And that's the 5th Brave to strike out of the game. That ends Williams' perfect night. 1 up, 1 man down.
Man, that might have been his best pitch of the sequence there. 94, started kind of middle part of the plate, and you saw it, really the depth of that pitch. Tough to A, lay off it, B, put it in play.
As I told you, Harris is 2 for 2 against Alvarado. Let's see if he can stay perfect. Michael is struck out and tapped out. Ball 1. And you think about lefty-lefty matchups with Michael. You think about that big home run down in Miami where he turned around 98 and hit it opposite field at Lone Depot Park. And as we've seen so often, 7th inning and later situations, Michael Harris takes his game to another level.
Yeah. Really zeroes in. Hard thing about Alvarado, though, is when he's going right, you see him, he keeps it down. Tough to elevate that ball at 100.
2 balls, 1 strike. And Michael expands his strike zone and goes from 2-0 to strike 3. Back-to-back strikeouts in the 7th. And here's Ozzie.
See, you can tell he's in the zone right now.
Don't envy any big league player who's missed 81 games. You come back facing a guy throwing 101 miles an hour.
But there's one side of the plate that you feel comfortable with him being able to catch up with this. It'd be right here.
One ball, 1 strike. Make him work, Ozzie.
See him just really kind of working back and forth. Cutter, then the sinker, then the cutter, sinker.
Like Ranger Suarez, just 5 miles an hour faster.
Exactly.
So Alvarado's got the count even. 2 balls, 2 strikes. And on the ground towards short. Stott retreats. Ozzie flying down the line, but he's out by a step. And that will send us to inning number 8. It's still 2-1 Philadelphia. The 8th inning. Let's take a look at tonight's game summary. That's brought to you by Green Machine.
And you see both lefties, 6 innings pitched. Suarez 2 hits, Max only 4 hits. Difference was they have 1 more solo home run than we do right now. Other than that, it's been mostly dominated by pitching.
Dylan Lee starts his first full inning. The Braves are down a run. The Mets have just beaten the Pirates. So the Braves have to come back with their final 6 outs to remain a game back in the Eastern Division race. It was a 4-3 final. New York over the Pirates. Alec Boehm pops one up center of the diamond. Who wants this? It's going to hang up for Darno, who calls off Austin Riley. Don't often see the catcher take the play, but he did.
No.
1 out.
You know, it was one of those that I think was just kind of under, and so Austin Riley, like anything with Boehm up, was playing way back.
Bryce Harper has struck out in his last 2 at-bats. Sir Anthony Dominguez is getting ready for the 8th. David Robertson is their closer. Harper on the ground. First pitch. That should be no trouble. Remember, Bryce fouled the ball off his knee earlier in the game. He's out easily at first base, and Lee has retired all 3 hitters.
You can see Snit's kind of just playing at matchups here. Now he's going to go to the righty in the pen.
With Real Muto and Segura, 2 right-hand hitters lurking. Good work for Dylan Lee. Jesse Chavez gets the call in a 2-1 game with 2 outs in the 8th. Those 2 men, our colleague Paul Bird and the great third base coach of the Braves, Ron Washington, are going to be inducted into the Louisiana State Sports Hall of Fame next summer. So guys, congratulations. What a great honor.
Nice.
You talking to me or Ron?
Birdie, you were skinny back in college, man.
I was. My whole life I was trying to put on weight, and then within 1 year I was trying to take weight off, and it's been that battle for the last 15-20.
Well, congratulations.
Yeah,
Bird.
Thanks, guys.
That's really
I appreciate
super.
that. That was very nice of you guys to do some research, put up some pictures, and taking me back. And what an honor it is to be in the Louisiana Sports Hall of Fame, and how cool to be going in with Ron Washington. We talked before the game and gave me a big hug and smiles. We started laughing, and that'll go down next year. So
that'll be great.
Have you started working on the speech yet?
Yeah.
Well, Chip, you're so good with words. I may be coming to you and getting some advice.
Sure. Beignets, etouffee, and crawfish. That's a good start.
Doesn't mean we're pulling for the Saints or Louisiana LSU Tigers.
That's against the rules. But congratulations, Birdie. That's a great honor, and we're thrilled to death for you and the whole family.
I appreciate that, guys. Does that mean that, like, when you come to me, you can come to me like you did to Tom Glavine and said, let's go to our Hall of Famer?
Sure.
And get my opinion that way?
If that's what you want.
Yeah, I feel like he's got to
Wow.
drop. I feel like he's got to drop the Louisiana Hall of Famer.
You don't have to throw Louisiana in there. People know what you're talking about.
All right, I'll do it. Maybe we'll get you another hit before this game ends as Jesse Chavez comes back to make it a full count for JT Realmuto.
Yeah, but good for both those guys.
Base is empty, 2 out. And a little tapper. Dansby on the run. Third hop. Fast runner. And the stretch is in time to take care of JT Realmuto. All right. It is time to get the lead. That's just what skinny Paul Bird wants. It's 2-1. 2-1 ball game in favor of the Phillies. The Braves, as we mentioned, have been great at home. That's our Mr. Clean magic stat of the night.
Well, we know the Braves can come back. They've outscored opponents in the last 20 home games, Chip, by 52 runs. And they've allowed 2 earned runs or less in each of the last 6 home games. Bullpen has done their job, and now you get the part of the lineup you want. 9-1-2.
And it looks like the Braves will go to the bench against Sir Anthony Dominguez. They will pinch hit for Robbie Grossman with Eddie Rosario, then Acuna, then Swanson. The Braves have 6 outs left to get at least 1 run here in Game 1 against the Phillies. Eddie Rosario is 1 for 1 against Dominguez. That hit a homer. All the runs tonight have been solo shots. And Sir Anthony Dominguez has been a big part of this Philly bullpen. He has not been charged with a run in any of his 9 appearances against the Braves. Time to change that.
I was going to say, perfect time. And see him wearing the Roberto Clemente number. In Roberto Clemente Day yesterday, obviously the Braves off, so Eddie honoring him tonight.
So Rosario versus Sir Anthony Dominguez. What does Sir Anthony feature out of the pen?
Well, he's got a big fastball, as you see there. He can throw it, you know, at mid-90s or so, and then he's got a really good slider that he will throw to righties and back foot to the lefties.
He missed a month with some issues with his biceps. And since May 8th, 34 scoreless appearances out of 38 total.
You saw that big fastball there, 98.
And he's gone 3-0 to the Braves leadoff man in the 8th. We've said it a lot. This Braves team has a knack in the late innings.
Boy, and over the years, how many times have we come back here at home on this Phillies team?
Strike 1 for Rosario. That was off the plate. Bryce Harper not the only man wearing fancy footwear tonight. How about those shoes sported by Eddie?
Some good kicks.
Leadoff walk in a 1-run game. It's set up beautifully for the Braves, who now have the top of the order. Again, don't know how it'll work out. But the more you go to the pen, the higher your odds of finding a guy who's having an off night.
Yeah, and look, Dominguez has great numbers. Like anything, though, you walk the first batter with the 1, 2, 3 of the Braves coming up, you're asking for trouble.
Ronald is 0 for 4 against Sir Anthony. He is 0 for 2 with a walk tonight. They've really tried to crowd him in this ball game. He's got a lot of room right side if he can guide one. Instead, he drives one deep right field. Guthrie going back to the warning track, turns, and it's gone. Say he timed it.
Yes, he did. First pitch fastball, 98. For the best coverage in the game, let's check out the T-Mobile coverage cam, and it's none other than Ronald Acuna shooting one opposite field. We've seen him go a lot more that way. That's when Ronald's going right. He can hit it out any part of the park, and right there, the big blow to put the Braves up 3-2.
So now you lead. You need 3 outs to stay a game back. And that groan you hear is coming from the Big Apple.
59 home runs in the second, 7th inning on, 2nd in the National League. Leadoff walks will kill you, man.
Raisel Iglesias is the man up in the Atlanta bullpen. And listen to Truist Park.
not been that much to cheer about tonight. Only 3 hits. That one was huge.
On the ground towards Stott at short. So the first runs given up by Sir Anthony Dominguez against the Braves come off the bat of Ronald Acuna Jr. Walk and opposite field.
Man, when he's going to deliver that kind of power, really, it's just getting the bat head to the ball. Especially with that right field porch here. Great way to start the homestand with that big home run in the 8th.
Austin Riley 0 for 2. Braves have 3 runs on 3 hits. Not how many, but when.
Yep.
And that was a perfect time for Acuna to connect. It all started with the walk to Eddie Rosario. Riley shoots one toward the gap. That's going to get down and roll toward the track. Austin Riley is going to stand at second with a 1-out double.
Well, we know one thing, Chip. This Braves team can hit fastballs. Saw a lot of off speed at times out on the West Coast. Right here, fastball up and in. You can see it actually jammed Austin a little bit, but he's so strong. Just gets the bat head of the ball.
You've said that before, if I'm not mistaken. Sometimes it takes getting jammed to get going, right?
Well, it lets you know that you're staying through the ball. You're seeing it deep. You're not getting out in front of it, coming around. And before we get to Matt Olson, let's take a quick message from Landmark.
To celebrate our 40th anniversary, Landmark announces 40 days to save. Nobody beats the Giant. Nobody.
Always the best deal. Always.
Braves country will never forget the feel of playoff baseball last year.
No, this is what it was like.
So we got Riley going. He's reached twice. Let's see about Matt Olson, who's 0 for 3. As we mentioned, Iglesias is up. Kenley Jansen sitting in the Braves dugout. Olson shoots one down the left field line, but that's curling foul. It's 0-2. Interesting that Kenley Jansen, the Braves closer, not in the bullpen with Atlanta now up.
Yeah, which to me tells you if he's in the dugout, he was down tonight. No, you know, he had an off day yesterday, but you know, you can speculate all you want, but by him not being down there.
Kenley getting a couple of days off, it appears, and that's the beauty of the Braves bullpen. You have more than one guy capable of closing. Atlanta leads by a run. 1 ball, 2 strikes. And Matt chases up and away, and he's retired for out number 2. When we get to the 9th inning, Segura, Stott, and Vierling will be the Phillies hitters. It's 3-2 Atlanta. Last 13 games for Travis, 4 homers, 8 RBIs, and 11 runs. You know he likes to ambush the first pitch. Let's see if he gets something hittable and gives the Braves a big insurance run. 2-0.
Dell has not really had good control of that fastball tonight.
First runs he's given up to the Braves. And boy, are they huge, turning a 2-1 deficit into a 3-2 lead as the Braves do it again. This Cardiac Club has got a 3-2 lead.
Man, again, I credit this Braves bullpen, Chip, for giving you 2 scoreless innings. It keeps it at 2-1. Gives you a 1-swing chance to tie the game, or in this instance, after a walk, give you the lead. That's why we always talk on the other side, when the Braves tack on runs are huge. Philly wasn't able to do that, and now they're down 3-2.
Another bad one will continue the inning with William Contreras on deck. He has half of Atlanta's hits, including a home run in the 4th. .98 there is tough to hit. Full count. Riley doubled. He stands at second. The 3-2 pitch is high, ball 4. The inning continues. Second walk from Sir Anthony Dominguez. Hope we're dancing in the aisles after the 9th inning. 2 on, 2 out.
A couple more runs would be nice.
He went around, strike 1. Braves try to take the season series lead over the Phillies. We've had 12 games a lot like this year. And 2 more left here this weekend. Jake Odorizzi and Aaron Nola will get things started tomorrow night. Braves live at 6:30. And Spencer Strider will pitch on Sunday afternoon. $42,578 fans here tonight. Braves are over 2.8 million in home attendance. William ahead in the count, 2 balls and a strike. And Michael Harris is looming in the on deck circle.
He's trying to find something to throw for a strike. Missed with those 2 sinkers nowhere close, so he went with the 2-1 slider and missed bad too.
Nick Nelson's up in the Phillies pen. 25 pitches for Dominguez. The pitch. Got the inside corner call. Wasn't going to do much with that one anyway.
No, I was going to say, the only thing you might have done with that one is shatter your bat.
So the full count. Riley at second. Darno at first will be off to the races. There they go. And line foul. Well, a couple feet to the left. That would have scored a run at least. What a good job to spoil a pitch. Braves have hit more 2-out homers than any team in the major leagues this year. 82 of them. We'd settle for a single right here.
Bloop job, anything.
The pitch. Line drive, center field, base hit. 1 run will score. What a night for Contreras. Big insurance run to extend the lead.
Well, when you're down to 3-2 and you can get ready for that 100-mile-per-hour fastball, that's exactly what Contreras did. Lined up the middle. That's going to be it for Dominguez.
What did we say?
Fired up.
The more often that bullpen gate swings open, the more likely it is to find a guy that has a bad night. Tonight, that man was Seranthony Dominguez as the Braves extend the lead.
Atlanta Braves Baseball is brought to you by the All-South Highway, by Xfinity. Supercharge your home with supersonic Wi-Fi. Unbeatable internet, only from Xfinity.
One of Ronald Acuna Jr.'s biggest hits in the last 6 weeks, an opposite field 2-run homer to give the Braves a lead. They've extended that on a 3-hit game from William Contreras, who's knocked in 2 himself. And now Nick Nelson is on for the Phillies to face Michael Harris, who's the 8th man to bat in the inning.
And you see Nelson the last 15 games has really struggled here at Truist Park. 0-2 with a 9 ERA. He's got 3 earned runs and 3 innings pitched. So see if they can add another one here. Money Mike, this is where he does his best work.
3 hits, 3 runs so far allowed by Dominguez, who had to throw a lot of pitches. He may not be available tomorrow night for game 2 of the series. And now Michael Harris looks to pick up his first hit. He struck out twice. It's not a cliche, but it is true. This team plays you hard 27.
Yeah.
They don't always win. But the fact, Jeff, that so consistently over the last 4 or 5 years, they have been able to do some of their best work against the fresh, hard-throwing arms in big league bullpens.
Yeah. Well, like you said, they come in, they want to establish that fastball, and that kind of sometimes works right into these Braves hitters. They want to hit the fastball.
One ball, 1 strike for Michael. Braves are trying to win their 4th game when trailing after 7 innings this year. They're bidding for their 29th comeback win. They lead by 2 now. Lined into center field. That'll get you another run. Money Mike makes it 5-2 with a bullet up the middle.
Well, the Braves 276 2-out RBIs, now second in all of baseball, and another runners in scoring position. Gets to a 2-1 count. Just throw the hands at it. Beautiful swing up the middle and tack on another run.
Yeah, they're chopping away at the Phillies on Friday night. 5-2 Atlanta, a 4-run 8th. And now let's see if Ozzie can be welcomed back with a knock. His first game. That one all the way to the screen. Runners will move up. You know, this team has so many likable players on it, Jeff. Not just for their baseball skill, but their persona. We saw Vaughn Grissom and Michael Harris. I don't know if there's a more popular player on this team than Ozzie Albies, who's been greeted loudly all night long tonight.
It's the energy he brings. That's what we talked, earlier about. He can light up a room when he comes in it, and he can fire up watching him run the base pass.
He went around. An even count. And Albies back after missing 81 games with a broken foot. His last big league hit was a grand slam against Pittsburgh. I wouldn't mind his next hit being a 3-run homer.
Why not?
And to Ozzy's credit tonight, you know he's anxious to contribute.
Oh, yeah.
He's seen a lot of pitches in this game.
Yes, he has.
He'll see a fourth here as the 9th hitter to bat. And a good pass at that pitch. Fought off 98. Ozzy golfs one toward left. Headed toward no man's land. Schwarber is going to slide. The ball drops. Ozzy at second. 2 runs are in.
Well, definitely not the way we envision him getting a hit. But a double and 2 RBIs for Ozzy. Schwarber's playing deep left. This ball was kind of in that Bermuda Triangle, and no one could get to it.
He thought it was an out.
Yep.
But it turns in to a bloop double and 2 RBIs, and the Braves are pulling away. A 6-run 8th makes it 7-2 Atlanta. And all of this started with this man earning a leadoff walk.
They've blown this game wide open.
It is uncanny. In a close game, a leadoff walk, and the damage that creates.
Yep.
Braves struggling so mightily through 6 innings, frankly through 7 innings, have made up for lost time in the 8th.
Maybe all we needed was a little home cooking, huh? Playing some inspired baseball tonight.
Braves bidding to win their 48th home game. 2 strikes, 2 outs, 6 in. Five runs charged to Dominguez, 1 run charged to Nelson here as that's downstairs. 1 ball, 2 strikes. And 5 2-out RBIs in the 8th inning. Braves had them right where they want them.
Think about it. You had 2 hits coming into this inning all night. You got 5 hits now.
One ball, 2 strikes. Up and away. The 2-2. And that will retire the side. But what an inning for the Braves in the 8th inning. 10 come to the plate. 6 of them score. Ronald Acuna Jr.'s opposite field 2-run homer got the party started. We head to the 9th inning. Atlanta now in command. It's a 7-2 game.
Welcome to the Friday Night Showdown, presented by Kaiser Permanente.
What an 8th inning for Atlanta. 10 come to the plate. 6 of them score. They turn around a 2-1 deficit. Now lead by 5. Guillermo Heredia will check into play left field. And Raisel Iglesias, Jeff, was hot. He's going to come in and pitch.
And I love this move. I get that it's 7-2, but remember we saw in Seattle last week, almost backfired on them if they didn't score 2 runs late. He's hot. Bring him in.
And he has been terrific since coming over in the last seconds before the trade deadline expired. It's our assumption that Kenley Jansen is down tonight. He's been in the Braves dugout. We'll find out more when Paul Berg gets to the interview room with Brian Snitker. We'll hear his post-game comments on Braves Live. That's presented by Xfinity. Number hit toward third. Riley gets the hop he wants. 1 out. All Iglesias has done is pitch to a .54 ERA since coming from the Angels.
Man, he came over here, got in the middle of a pennant race. Not that he wasn't doing good out in Anaheim, but he has been on another level here in Atlanta.
So for the Braves, a hugely uplifting potential victory. For the Phillies, a potentially deflating loss. They were leading 2-1 and needed 6 outs. Instead, they gave up 6 runs.
Yeah.
And wasted an excellent start from Ranger Suarez. Max Fried, 2 runs in his 6 innings. McHugh, Lee, Chavez, and now Iglesias out of the bullpen.
Now this is why you love it, Iglesias. You're not going to mess around. You're coming right after these guys. Don't even give them a chance with a walk or pitching around them.
Two quick strikes for the Phillies' young shortstop. In tomorrow night, game 2. Jake Odorizzi, Aaron Nola. In the middle game of this series, that man put us in front to stay with an opposite field 2-run homer. And the Braves are an out away.
Look at that changeup. Throws that right off that 96 sink away. As a hitter, it's if he places it there, it's almost unhittable.
Matt Vierling, the final hope for the Phillies. You talk about an exciting Friday night showdown from Kaiser Permanente. This has been exactly that. There will be fireworks to follow as the Braves, another sellout crowd of over 42,000 tonight.
You didn't have a lot to cheer about early. That solo shot by Contreras. But the 8th inning, they made it worth their while.
Brandon Marsh on deck in case Vierling keeps it alive for the Phillies. The 2-1 pitch is lined into left field, and we will see Marsh. So Vierling with a 2-out single, his first knock tonight. Marsh, you recall, was traded from the Angels to the Phillies. He's an Atlanta area native, and he's changed his stance, Jeff. He's spread out in the batter's box. We'll see if it works here in the 9th inning.
Sure, like anything, you come over here from another club, they got some ideas on how you can be successful.
Nick Maton is on deck. We want to see him tomorrow. Marsh, the pride of Buford High School. Had a 4-hit game against the Marlins last night. So he's coming in hot. And the 0-1 is up and away. Vierling will move up to second on defensive indifference. Let's get Marsh. Let's get this in the win column, and let's get to thinking about game 2 tomorrow with a 1-game deficit in the division.
Be nice. Match the Mets. They won. It'll come back this way.
All smiles for Ozzie Albies. His return for the Braves. A 2-run double to left in the 8th inning. 2 RBIs for Ozzie, 2 for Contreras, 2 for Acuna. As the Braves made the most of their 7 hits. Lined into center. Harris is there, and the Braves come back and beat the Phillies. 7-2, Jeff, your final score. Can't think of a better way to start a big weekend.
And when the Mets win before you and you're down 2-1, have not had much going offensively, and all of a sudden you strike the way they did for 6, and the way they did it, the whole lineup. Huge win to start the series. We kept talking the rest of the season's in our division. Everything the Braves want's right in front of them, and they got off to a great start tonight.
Jesse Chavez picks up the win in relief. Sir Anthony Dominguez takes the loss before 42,578, and the cut to the chase is on for Atlanta with a 7-2 Friday night win here at Truist Park. Can't wait to talk about it with you on Braves Live after this game. Can't wait to talk about game 2. Our coverage starts at 6:30 on Bally Sports Southeast. Jake Odorizzi and Aaron Nola will square off. Great night tonight. Thank you for joining us all across the Southeast on Braves baseball. For Paul Bird and Jeff Francoeur, I'm Chip Carey. We thank you for joining us. 7-2 your final. We'll see you tomorrow night.